Hey, how's it going? This is Orano's Divinity. And I was talking to Spirit and meditating on a few things, trying to figure out what message I was to send tonight. And I had the Black Moon Astrology and the Light Workers Oracle, and was asking what message needed to be sent out so I can just be a tool for Spirit to work with. And from Black Moon, what I got was Neptune, Sacrifice. And that was the second one. The first one, when I was doing it, was Life Path. So we're going to talk about those. So, first off, Sacrifice. The whole idea of compassion is based on a keen awareness of interdependence of all things living beings, which are all part of one another and are all involved in one another. And I will take this opportunity to promote the law of one. If you don't know what it is, you should look it up and don't stop looking. You are being directed into an area which may feel like it is unknowable. Surrendering to the mystery may work best now. Although nebulous, hazy, and indirect, the energy of Neptune is one of the easiest to see. Where Neptune is placed in a chart is where we are most inspired, but also an area where we deceive ourselves. It is the place of mishaps, bringing on undercurrents of strangeness. For so many, Neptune is the source of many troubles, since this card indicates escapism as well as beauty. There's a lot more to this, but I don't want to take up the whole reading. So then the Light Workers, is the Life Path. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaking, or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose in this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way that you cannot miss. And I want to repeat that. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way you will not, cannot, and will not miss. So if you're searching under everything and like, why can I figure this out? It's because it's not time. And as long as you're searching, they're not going to show it. But as long as you're open to it at all times, it will come. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. So, this is for anybody who will need this. And judging by these two cards, I believe this is quite a few people in the whole collective. Everybody. Even some light workers who go astray sometimes, myself included. Really, these two right there are like basically the big time in my life right now. So let's get it pushing, right? Alright, so Spirit, show us the sacrifice. Some people that are needing to sacrifice, have sacrificed, are hurt because of sacrifice, or don't understand what their sacrifice is. Let's get some clarity. Let's get some messages to them of sacrifice. This is Kim Cran's The Wild Unknown. Okay, as soon as I stuck this deck in my hand, it was like, oh, it felt like Thor's hammer. Of power, just power. She's amazing. She's done well. And she imbued her tools with such a light and love. It's amazing. I suggest anybody get this. Anyway, back to sacrifice. Spirit. Let's get some sacrifice here. What is the sacrifice for some people? For the people you're going to bring here to this video today, tomorrow, someday in the future, this is your tool. Let's see. Alright, so see a false relationship where the six, if you don't know this deck, let me show it to you. So we have 6 cups, right? So when you have the 6 cups, it's like divine or soulmate type a relationship, right? But we see that one in the middle because this is actually the 7 of cups and it's empty. So we have like a false relationship here where you, whoever's coming to see this, or if you're needing this guidance, are actually empty. There's an empty cup here, and it is not some little piece of this relationship that just needs to be tweaked. This is the center of it all. This is you or your person who's empty. This is causing a problem. And this is showing a false sign of unbalance or harmonizing in a relationship. And then we see the reversed 9 of Swords. This is like a very heavily anxious and fearful card. This is basically showing us that fear is either causing this, the fear of instability, the fear of loss, the fear of codependency, just any fear that could be causing this false relationship in this empty cup. That's what this is. That's why that's there. There needs to be a decision made, and I believe this is where our sacrifice comes in. There needs to be a decision. This is the 2 of Swords. This is a decision needs to be made. Which way do we cut? Which way do we move? And no doubt, it'll feel like a sacrifice. But it will be a necessary sacrifice. I guarantee you that. Alright, let's keep moving on. Spirit, another message, or continuing on this message. We will see. Alright, so we have the reverse 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is kind of like reflecting upon the whole relationship cycle that you've been in, just went through, whatever. Well, this is reversing. This is somebody who understands they need to reflect on it, but for some reason they're not. Maybe a manipulation, just that fear again. So I think this is probably connected to that same reading, or that same energy. But this is not reflecting upon it. So dysfunctional and dissatisfied of the cycle that you took and you chose, that you can't see that even in mistakes there are lessons, and those lessons a lot of times are karmic, and if they're not karmic, they're just lessons and you need to learn them. But we do have the Father of Pentacles. This is somebody very, very grounded. There's a very grounded person, or a very grounded energy, a leadership type energy, the like prototypical father of the home. He's the man, he's under control, he controls the home. So this could be somebody who's just controlling the home, overly controlling the home even, not giving anybody space. And we have the 10 of Swords. I call this, just because I love Slipknot, I call this the dead memory, the dead mind. Dead memories. This is, to me, either a backstab, or there's no more left to think about. There's no more actions to take. There's no more communications. There's no other ideas here. Nothing. It's completely dead, or somebody's been backstabbed. Spirit. And that could be where another sacrifice is, that somebody sacrificed a lot to do this, and it just didn't come to fruition the way they wanted it to, so they're feeling in a very fearful lack type of energy, which is a very devilish, bad energy. Lessons, man, lessons. The scholar. Be the scholar and just learn from everything, good or bad. neutral even. Just learn why. That's the lesson. Somebody misses their Six of Cups though here. Somebody feels like they had their soulmate and they lost them, or they gave them up one. You see, upright's this way. We have roots in a tree this way. Everything's uprooted. Their whole fucking what they thought was harmony in a relationship and harmonizing is completely uprooted, and the flowering part of the tree is buried. There's no more flowers here. It's just the root. And a root in air that's not buried is a dead tree. Yeah. And we have the heartbreak card, but it is a reverse. So it's recovering from this, recovering from a painful loss, bad memories. There's some selfishness in this, but this is somebody who might have had a broken heart and used this situation because they thought it would heal them, and well, it didn't. It became a sacrifice of their own self, of their own cup. Then we have the reverse Mother of Cups. This is somebody who is emotionally manipulative. Somebody was using emotions to manipulate the situation. And that's why there was a sacrifice, because somebody sacrificed their own cup because of this emotional manipulation. It's sad. I don't like seeing things like that, but this is the message that Spirit wants, and this is the message that Spirit's going to get, because I'm a tool for Spirit, as all of our light workers are, and all of our readers. And that's fine with me. If my boss is the most supreme being there is, then he, the most supreme thing to ever exist and still is being created, perfectly fine with me, my little minuscule ass in Southern Ohio. Let's get some resolution. What will come of this sacrifice? What will come of this sacrifice? Moon in reverse. All the lies, deceptions, and bullshit's gonna come to the surface. Or you could be dealing with a Pisces, but I don't feel that. Or I guess some of you could, but this is not the message I'm giving. The message I'm giving is that all the bullshit, the lies, and the shit needs to come to the surface. And either you're protecting it, they're protecting it, or you're afraid. Just don't be afraid. When you fear, like when people are like, oh, don't hang your dirty laundry out. Why? Are you that fearful that you're that much of a fuck up? Are you that fearful to learn from your mistakes? Are you that fearful to grow as a person? As you see, the way I see it is we bring our bullshit to the light. So that way it can be bathed in it. Bathe our bullshit in the light. Face the fuck shit that you've done. And once you face it, it can no longer hurt you. These may be harsh, but I don't give a shit. You can write whatever damn comments you want. I don't care. I don't care. You can't take me higher than Spirit. This is what Spirit wants. This is what Spirit wants. Spirit will hold my throat if I'm getting ready to say the wrong thing. If I'm getting ready to give the wrong message, Spirit will choke me up or make me forget what I was getting ready to say. That's Spirit for you. But if Spirit lets me talk, Spirit lets me talk. Alright, so the life path. Second message of life path. And I believe this will probably play off this sacrifice too. Once you bring all that shit to the life, you will hit your life path. And when you hit your life path, Spirit, let's see what they got. What happens for them when they hit that life path, when they get to that point. Tell them what they're going to get. Tell them the abundance you shall bring to them. Your troubles will be over. No more bullshit. There's no more tower moments. That tower moment is done and over with. There will be some Seven of Pentacles, though. This is patience, though. You must have some patience. Your life path, crazy. Your life path will start, but then you will learn patience. You will learn that I've done what I was told to do. Now where is it? Now you learn the patience. You fix what you had to fix. Now you wait for the divine timing. Now you wait for Spirit to work on other people, other things, other abundances. Because they can't just be snapped into existence. They must come to fruition in the 3D world. So you will be patient. And if you will not be patient, you will fuck everything up. You won't be celebrating. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The spiritual awakening, it will fuck you up. You will not be celebrating. Matter of fact, you'll be like questioning everything, because that's what it's about. But I guarantee you one day this is going to turn the right way up and you're going to have the victory card. But you won't be celebrating at first. Patience. Your troubles will be over. Have patience. The victory or the celebration's not going to come quick. And this fell out and fell sideways. This is the like dishonor, loss card. This is also a card of like fighting, severing ties. You see that one big ass sword, that one big ass action that splits it. Yeah, that's Spirit saying, I'm done with this shit. Done. Now what are you gonna do? Your codependency's fucked. You cut it apart because you ain't shit. We ain't shit when it comes to Spirit. What Spirit wants, Spirit gets. But it's laying sideways, so Spirit's still giving you some free will on this.
Do you have anything I could eat?
Yes, give me a minute and I'll be out and I will help you. It's a little late, bro. You should be sleeping. I don't know why you're still up.
It's just I'm trying to buy some game like stuff in the game. Like I'm already getting.
Oh, don't bullshit me now.
No, I'm serious. I'm
no,
not getting.
No. Turn the game off. Why are you up? I'll be out in shortly, okay? Trying to bullshit somebody. I'm just trying to get Kane something in the game. No, bro, you should have been. I told you to go to sleep like an hour ago. I love him, but man, he's a night owl. Dude, he used to be my early sleeper, though. He used to go to bed early, and Kane was the one that stayed up. Now he's the night owl, and Kane goes to bed early. This must be the seasons. They're seasonal. They switch. They switch shifts on me through the seasons. Oh, well. He smiles. He needs some love. I love him. Anyway, move on. So you will... Oh. Yeah, it kind of wanted to come out. It was kind of showing his face, but I don't feel like it needed to hit. There might be some thieving, some behind the back work going on, too, when you hit this life path. That's kind of what Spirit does anyway. We'll do things in the background. Make you feel like you're being thieved on and like, this has got to be the devil energy, not Spirit. No, this one's supposed to come out. So this is the Nine of Cups upright. So we just have this reversed, right? So this is the Nine of Cups. This is introspection and reflection upon your love life, upon your relationships. So I feel like when you hit your life path after this sacrifice, you're going to know problems are over because you're going to push everything out. You're going to be patient. You're not going to celebrate because you got work to do. You are going to make the decision yourself and not let Spirit make this decision to stop fighting, stop the bullshit, stop the codependency, stop the I can't live without you, the obsessions, and you're going to love yourself. Once you start to realize and you start looking back on all your relationships and all the shit that's went wrong and why and how often and how many things were similar and what was different, and then you're going to learn to love yourself. I wouldn't doubt if the Ace of Cups comes up, or maybe even the Ace of Wands, but I would say more the Ace of Cups. I feel like this is a moment, because once that Ace of Cups comes up, you've filled your own cup and you are ready to give it away in all the right ways. I wouldn't have, I bet you. And if not, it's going to be something, lovers, something along those lines. Or maybe a new path, I don't know. There's the Lovers card right there. Oh, shit. No. You got the 5 of Cups. So, when we move out of our 4s, we move out of stability. And that teaches us that there's always work to be done. But it does bring about perseverance. It's where you were stable, everything was great, and bam, that shit was ripped from you. Now you either sink or swim. But this is reversed. So some people would see this as even worse than just a normal bad time. I normally would roll this card as like a total loss, multiple losses, all love interest is gone. But I'm not getting that energy today on this card. I'm feeling you'll be reflecting upon why all your relationships were so unstable. Why? You will learn and you will grow. This is your life. This is your life path. This is how you are going to get to what your purpose in life is. The Hierophant usually, but it's reversed, so we could be dealing with a Taurus, but it's reversed. So this is usually like unusual teachings, unusual unions. This could be divorces, even breakups. Non-traditional type relationships. So I did it for the money. I did it for the money. I did it for the drugs. I did it for the sex. I did it for everything for love. And that's why you did it, because your cup was empty. You felt alone. You were willing to do whatever it took to fill that fucking empty cup with anything. You weren't filling it with water, you were filling it with liquor. You weren't filling it with water, you were filling it with drugs. You weren't filling it with love and emotions. You were filling it with whatever the fuck you could get in it. And that's why all this happened. That's why the sacrifice happened. That's why all this introspection has to happen. That's why all of this is happening. But that is your life path, and there is nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't get back on that cycle. Now is the time to realize it. Now is the time to break that shit. Break that fucking cycle. Alright, Spirit. If our patrons get through this moment here, what is the abundance that Spirit shall give you? Is there an abundance? What is it that Spirit shall give you? Spirit's going to give you independence, a passion, a flair for life. Yeah. You're not going to feel under siege no more. You're not going to feel forced or controlled no more. Whoa. The moon. You're not going to feel under siege by all your lies and deceit no more, because there will be no more. They will all be to the light, and you'll learn your lesson to not be this way, to not put your shit in the shadows, but to always live it in the light. Always bring it to the light. And when you do that, things will look up. All right. 4 minutes. Let's see if we can get through another one. Right. Bonus round. You thankful. The cup is half empty, or the cup is half full. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna draw a random card out of here, and we're gonna try to pull some stories, some life lessons, some things from these things. Love you all, by the way. Love and light of the infinite creator to every single one of you. Let that love and light creep in on you. Because it feels good. It feels amazing. Especially when spirit leaves you looking like, God damn, I got played by spirit. But it was so good. It was the only time I've ever been played in my life that I loved it. Oh. First house, body. So this is kind of like our self-expression here. Interesting. No, it's just Spirit's got for self-expression, or the first house, the body. The first house of consciousness is when you... Actually, the first house of consciousness is the water. Seeing itself in volcanoes and fire. And then it makes the land, and then the land. The next consciousness is that which springs up from that land and reaches for the love and the light. Plant life. And the third density, that's the one we're in. When we start to become self-aware. Anyway, first house, the body. Let's see what we got. Lessons of the infinite creator. All right. Ooh. Okay, so usually my Empress card and my Emperor card, I like to call them like supreme, like divine pairs. Or I will also pair out, if I get like a king and queen of any suit, I will also call them a divine pair. But a divine pair that's not living in their divinity. They're living in one aspect of their life, and they're still a divine pair, but I don't feel like they're together. They're not together usually, or they're craving each other, or they're just not in their full divinity. But this one is reversed. So, I see reversed Empress, but I'm not feeling, not yet. I'm not really feeling divine pair yet, or divine partner, anyway. But this could be difficulties with a mother figure, poverty, pregnancy, or adoption problems. So, going on with the body, this could be a problem that has arisen from pregnancy. And it's not necessarily that you or your person just like can't have babies. This could also mean that a pregnancy is going to cause an issue, or is causing an issue. And the fucked up problem thing about it is it's followed with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which is that patience card. And with it being reversed, is somebody is very impatient about this. It feels like a cover up. So I kind of feel like, I'm not going to say it yet, we will continue to push these cards, but I think we all know what that kind of feels like. But then it's followed up with the Mother of Wands. So somebody very passionate about life. And in this card, she's covering up. She's trying to protect and cover up all her babies. Somebody made a mistake then. Or somebody's trying to hide my baby. Could have this it's a birth. It doesn't mean that it's happening now. This could be happening in the future, or this could be a past birth. There's always those "you are not the father" type shit. It happens all the time. Anyway, why is this Empress here? Somebody is not happy over this. Somebody's cup is emptied. Somebody's love. Somebody dumped that love out over this. This is starting to feel like this is something that's going on now. Or at least the knowledge of it is going on now. The juggling act is over. Nobody's juggling this shit no more because it is in the light. Not a good deal. Somebody who is not very spiritual. Piece of shit then. Oh man, somebody does not value life. Does not value life at all. Oh man, somebody's wanting to say something about this, but they're being held up. Son of Swords, which is basically like the Knight of Swords, so somebody's wanting to fucking rush in and say some shit about this, but they're being due to some reason, somehow. Seven of Swords. Somebody has revealed all actions, all things, but they got that dirty little secret. Oh man. Dirty little secret. What is your dirty little secret? Well, we know it's this baby. It's this child, this birth. Sometime, somehow, past, present, or future. Here's a birth that is fucking some shit up. That is fucking giving somebody. I wouldn't doubt if we don't get the Nightmares card next. Father of Cups reversed. Another emotional manipulator. In more of a masculine body. Doesn't have to be a man, but a very heavily emotional manipulator. Very abusive. They love themselves a lot. Who loves themselves so much that they just can't see themselves in this position. They're not going to. Somebody who is going in. Somebody's going in and reflecting upon the whole situation, because there's a whole lot of actions, there's a whole lot of words, a whole lot of communication that is just coming at them, and they can't take it. And they're cocooning up, and they're defending, deflecting, and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to be it. They don't want to be here no more. They don't want to keep doing this. Somebody is fucking scared about this. Somebody doesn't like it. It's not who they are. It's not who they've ever wanted to be. And now they are it. But most likely, this is also self-imposed. Most of the time. Not always. And I'm definitely getting self-imposed. Then we got the Three of Wands. So they're starting to deal with it, though. Or they went inside to deal with this a little bit better. Well, what's the results of this? What's going to happen? The overall outcome? What's the results of this? Wow. A total loss of the deepest fulfillments. Somebody's going to be, it's a reverse Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is like the deepest fulfillment in a heart matters, relationships, and love. It's reversed. Somebody's going to lose all of that love. Somebody's going to lose all the love, lose the relationship that they thought of their life. They're going to be totally fucking dead to love. And they're going to lose it all. Could be a broken marriage too. Being cheated. Or possibly. It's just a possibility. Didn't hear it, Pat. This is definitely a broken marriage. Because it's clarifying that broken 10. And it shows a Hierophant, which is marriage. Could be a Taurus too. There's something here. Something very traditional. Something grand. Communal rituals, harmony, and peace during a crisis. But it's clarifying that broken heart. I would have to say this is a broken marriage. Somebody dipping their hands into the cookie pot. If that was truly your Six of Cups, this was truly your heart's fulfillment, then why the fuck are you fucking around with it and taking chances, dipshit? I don't feel sorry for you on this one. You should know better. Even in my fuckboy ways, I wasn't like that. I'm better than that. When I was with somebody, I was with them. When I wasn't with somebody, out here breaking hearts like an asshole. Like a fucking douchebag. Like a big fucking asshole. I don't do that shit no more. I got my karmas. Don't want none of them no more. Still only at 35 minutes. Good luck. Just look to Spirit when all this shit goes down and you're feeling broken. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Come to them. Come to us. Come to Him. You'll get the healing. You'll get the guidance. You'll get the understanding to understand why all that happened. And once you do, ding! The light comes on and you're going to be like, holy shit. Holy shit. I was a douchebag. But now I'm better. And that's the goal for all of us. Maybe we can pull another one real quick. pull Light Oracle this time. This is Light Oracle. This will actually be right after you go through all that bullshit. And you see, Spirit, this will be the first lesson, or the overall lesson. I don't know. All I know is once you go through all that, Spirit's wanting you to come to them. And you do. This is going to help you. Dark Night of the Soul. Oh, boy. Been through one of those. It is not fun, but my God, the lessons are so deep and true. Hold on, buddy. Got one more card to get through, I promise you. And then I can call it a day. You can sit in here. I don't care. Just be quiet while I do this. So, Dark Night of the Soul. I know it's reversed, but whatever. 16. You are ready for a more real and radiant relationship with the divine. Did I not say that already? I already knew it. Your preconceived ideas and safe, limiting beliefs may be sacrificed in order for this to happen. To the divine, these are only the clothing of your spirit. They are impediments to the absolute intimacy the divine seeks with you. You might feel vulnerable or uncertain as the divine goes about stripping away these barriers. This is when you enter the dark night of the soul. You understand there's nothing to rely upon but the divine, and you will find it difficult to trust at times. This night will end, however, and the sweetness of the divine dawning in your heart shall render all worthwhile. But for now, you are meant to feel exactly as you feel. You are not doing something wrong. You are moving closer to the divinity. Did I just say that before I pulled that card? Didn't I? I'm almost certain. That's literally exactly what I just said. I love you, Spirit. Spirit is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Food. Yes, food is amazing too, isn't it, buddy? Almost done, bro. I'm going to do a quick read on this. So, the Dark Night of the Soul. I almost don't even need to pull no cards. I mean, that is you know what? I'm not even going to pull no cards. It's time to feed these kids. I think what I said, what that book said, after all that reading, you know exactly what's about to happen. But embrace that we all seen it coming. We all knew it. You're here for a reason. This is what was supposed to happen. Embrace the faith and know it's going to be best for you. Again, I am Aranos Divinity, love and light of the Infinite Creator to all of you.